So you're thinking about opening an e-bike conversion shop and repair shop. You have to do both, by the way. I'm going to tell you what you should do. Hey guys, Johnny Nerd out here, professional e-bike builder, repairer, converter, builder, converter. Go to johnnynerd.com if you need help doing stuff. I do consultations and all that. You can book it on my homepage through book a consultation. Today the video at hand is maybe you've done a few conversions and you're thinking, I kind of want to do this. I think I want to make maybe I want to do it as a hobby and then maybe turn it into a living. Right now this is 2022, spoiler alert, in case you don't read descriptions. Conversion shops and e-bike repair shops are kind of sparse right now in 2022. There's not enough for demand, I'll just say that. And if you're thinking about tapping into that, I think you totally should. But here's going to be my preface for what you should do, and not to just rush in, because you could definitely waste a lot of money and you could possibly go bankrupt or you could possibly get sued out of oblivion. First and foremost, hopefully you know bikes. You know bikes in and out, or you're just a money backer of somebody who does know bikes in and out, as much as possible. I'm a e-bike conversionist shop. I would say that I learn something new every day. I've been doing this for 5 years now. Maybe I don't learn something every day, but I'm constantly learning new stuff. There's nobody who knows everything in and out. There's just nobody. Maybe Calvin from Park Tool. But besides him, or RJ the bike guy. But besides those two guys, nobody knows everything. So know as much as possible that you can about bicycles. Then do as many conversions as you can. I would say do 100 conversions first before you start opening up your own, before you even start thinking about getting LLCs or C Corps or anything like that, or start looking at retail space. Do 100 conversions yourself with your own hands. Do them. So you know by then, with 100 different bikes, by then you'll probably know, hey, if you did 100 with 100 different bikes, you'll know whether or not you're cut out for it or not. All right, go for it. You still got that bug? Go for it. If after 10 you're like, you hit a snag and you're like, I can't figure this out, I quit, then you know, all right, you gave it a go. And if you've only done one, so you've done your bike, but you're like, this was so much fun, I want to do more. Do your friends. Go to Facebook and find out, hey, does anybody want me to do your bike for free? You just pay for the parts. I'll do the labor for free. So I'm learning on the job, essentially, so that you could start your own business one day. Or find a conversion shop like mine or anybody else and apprentice for free. Essentially, it's like going to college, but you don't have to pay for it. You do it for free or minimum wage, learn how to do it, and just gain those skills, because everything is different. There's curveballs around every single corner. And I would say do at least 100 conversions before you even think about opening up a shop. And you are going to have to do repairs, and repairs on a lot of pre-made bikes. And the more pre-made e-bike repairs you do, the more you're going to curse them. And you're going to just be like, why do they ever make these? Who buys these? Because they're all, you could see where they cut corners. You could see where they're just frustrating to work with, and trying to get support as a repair person to get replacement parts, very frustrating. You're going to have to end up MacGyvering a lot of stuff, using universal parts that, usually talks with the existing system about 90%, but you're going to have to know electronics. You're going to have to learn electronics. You don't have to be an electronic engineer to get started in this, but you will kind of become one. You're going to need to get a lot of machining tools, a lot of tap and die stuff, get a lot of electronic stuff, wires of all different thicknesses and gauges, voltmeters, battery capacity testers. There is a decent amount of upfront cost capital that you're going to need. You're going to need to buy stuff. You're going to need to buy, you don't have to necessarily buy motors and batteries in bulk. You could just buy them one at a time and then just charge people for your labor. That's definitely how I started. I just bought them one at a time and just charged people for labor. And half of the labor charge I would just put aside until I had enough to buy 3 motors at a time and got a little bit better deal. Or I would, after 3 or 4 parts, I would buy a new piece of equipment that I needed. I would buy a nicer bike stand. I would buy more tools, better tools, more bike specific tools. And I mean, it's probably going to take at least $10,000 up front, which for a business, that's pretty small investment to start your own business. And you could do it like how I did. I just was working out of my garage, literally on a dirt floor when I first started doing my own. I had worked for other e-bike shops for, at that point, like 3-4 years. So I knew what tools I needed. I knew what to do for the most part. I just didn't have a retail space or a professional looking space to do it out of. You know, putting ads up locally, and this was before I even had YouTube channel, really. So people were just taking leaps of faith of like, hey, you do this? Cool, you're the only one within 300 miles. So ipso facto, I'm coming to you. Hopefully that helps somebody. Hopefully maybe it sparks you to be like, yeah, I think I want to do this. And you could grow slowly, grow organically. You don't have to have 10 grand up front to do it. Just start doing conversions one at a time. Maybe even just charge 50 bucks and put that aside to grow your tools. And then before you know it, you're going to have everything you need. And we're going to need more e-bike mechanics. I get people all over. They want to ship me their bikes from New York. I'm all the way on the West Coast. It's like, man, there's just nobody in New York that's doing this. Like, what? So it's insane. There should be, for every bike shop, there should be an e-bike shop, a repairman. And they don't need to have a retail spot, but it should be that way. Because bike shops are very hesitant to work on e-bikes because they don't know the electrical side. They know bikes very well, but they don't know the electrical side, and I think a lot of it scares them. And a lot of it, they only sell pre-made e-bikes, which is proprietary to, you know, Bosch or Yamaha, and you have to be a certified mechanic to work on it. You just can't order replacement parts for it. Like if somebody brought me a Bosch or a Yamaha, it'd be very difficult to get replacement parts because they want them to go through their dealer network, which is going to be very costly. That's why I like using aftermarket third party like Bafang systems. You know, go CYC, go Cyclone, go anything that's unlocked essentially. It's like being PC versus Apple, except in this case I like PC better. And I'm not trying to start it. This is not supposed to be a tangent or a war, but PCs are generally unlocked and you could kind of do whatever you want with them. And that's why I like using aftermarket kits like that, because everything's just super interchangeable, super easy to replace, super easy to just boom, match this. Oh, your battery went dead? Let's throw another battery on. It doesn't have to be proprietary. Anyways, I digress. Hopefully this helps somebody. Later, guys.